Just how the party is getting ready for this important gathering. Manqoba, thanks very much indeed for joining us. I guess this is a busy one after the cabinet has been announced, and it's one to set up, I suppose, the strategy going forward.
Yes, indeed, Peter, that is what's happening here. We've seen some members of that newly appointed cabinet here, among some new ministers, as well as some of the old ministers from the previous cabinet that are all gathered here at this particular meeting. Of course, we also saw the former President Jacob Zuma is amongst those who are attending this particular meeting that's taking place here today. But of course, Peter, as you've said in your introduction, it is about strategizing a way forward. It is about mapping a way forward for the ruling party, of course. I think among the top list and amongst the priorities that the ruling party will be looking into going ahead, the new ministers, the new cabinet, as well as some of the policies that the ruling party will need to reflect on going forward with regards to its new term in government. So this meeting is basically to try and prioritize on some of those key issues, looking of course at the manifesto, of course, that the ANC had presented to the South African public ahead of the election. So some of the key issues, of course, will include how to grow the economy, looking at how to create jobs. For example, you know that during the cabinet announcement, the president making the issue of employment a very big and an important issue, saying that the Department of Labour will now become the Department of Employment and Labour. So jobs being another priority of the government. So that is among some of the issues that are expected to be discussed here. But of course also the issue of inequality and ending poverty. Those are some of the things that were touched on this manifesto that are expected to be discussed ahead. But of course we expect the Lekgotla also to continue from tomorrow. But just to tell you, Peter, more than that, what we did see here, getting into here at the Irene Center here at the St. George's Hotel at Irene, there is a protest that was taking place here earlier on by some disgruntled members of the ANC Youth League who are saying that they want the structure to be disbanded, saying that it is illegitimate and saying that it has overstayed its term. So those members of the ANC Youth League have presented their memorandum to the Secretary General of the ANC, but through the spokesperson, of course, who collected that memorandum on their behalf, saying that they will engage those members. So what they're basically saying, these members, that they want that the election of the leadership or that Congress to sit. You'll recall that it was delayed twice last year, and they're saying that they want these leaders who are currently in the NEC of that ANC Youth League to be disbanded.
All right, so quite a lot to get through and deal with in the next few days. But you earlier on spoke about some of the new cabinet ministers that are there. Did you spot any of the ones that didn't make it on the list? Batavile Dlamini coming to mind. Have they arrived?
Yes, Peter, we have seen some of them. We've seen the former Minister of Correctional Services and Justice, that being Minister Jeff Khatebo. We've spotted him here, as well as some other ministers who include, of course, the former Minister Faith Mutambi. We've also seen the former Labour Minister Mildred Oliphant. She's among that. Those are there. So many of those ministers are here, of course, and they will be part of this Lekgotla. Of course, you'll recall that it includes also EXCO members or other members that are not part of the NEC. They are also invited to be part or to listen or to sit in this particular NEC. So we have seen some of those, including the former President Jacob Zuma.
All right, Manqoba, we'll leave it there for the time being. Thanks very much indeed.